Santa Cruz and you.
You should take
a train. You get to where you're going in a hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Now it's coming. Can't you hear the rails are humming?
Question? Was it rhetorical? Good afternoon, guys. How you doing?
Hello, Miss Rachel. How are you?
Or maybe I was talking to myself. I talk to myself a lot.
You do? You get a lot?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Miss Rachel. How
Good
are
afternoon.
you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Brando, we're doing good.
Well,
Good.
Welcome. We're going to get right into it.
Okay.
Because we've got a full day today. It's a good show today. Lisa Kincaid will be with us in a few minutes from the Veteran Transition Center of California. We had such a marvelous show. Remember the last time she was on?
Absolutely.
With the vet, and it was such a compelling program.
Yeah.
So they do such marvelous work. Dr. John is probably on the line. Is he?
He is.
He
I
is.
got him right here.
So let's get him on. I will preface this by saying, first of all, hello, John. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you two?
Good. And Rachel, you should know that the other day I had a doctor's appointment, a follow-up with my lab work, and first thing John said was, "You lost 4 pounds." And I said, "Well, that's good."
Very cool.
I said, "You haven't gained any height," but other than that, finally I asked the obvious question about my vitals, and I said, "How's my liver?" And he said, "It's fine." And I just wanted to thank the Walmart lab, whoever he sends that, for those results. So what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I said, don't ask me how. I don't know, but it's fine at the moment. So I don't. There are just medical mysteries out there.
Well,
right?
it's all agave, babe. Okay, so
yeah.
It's that time of year. It's a hop, skip, and a cough from flu season.
Oh.
So let's talk just a little bit about what's new in the market. Are there new COVID shots? What should we be looking at, and when should we look at it?
Yeah, so just 3 days ago now, the FDA CDC said, yep, we got our new COVID vaccines. They okayed it. I believe they're probably shipping either late this week or early next week, so they're going to be showing up in your pharmacies and your doctor's offices probably next week sometime, and certainly by early September. So yeah, that's sort of the big news on COVID. Flu vaccines are also shipping soon, if not already. Will probably also show up at your doctor's office or your pharmacy sometime in the next few weeks. And there's a new RSV vaccine that stands for respiratory syncytial virus. Another virus, been around for a long time. We've known about it. Actually, we often treat it in young children where it can cause a bad bronchiolitis or viral pneumonia. Well, it turns out it can also cause severe infections in adults. They've been working on a vaccine for a long time, finally got that worked out. So that's going to be showing up. It's been around since February, brand new vaccine to humanity. Never had that before. We giving it a lot during the winter last year. I think kind of ran out. There's more supplies coming And that'll be for older adults as well, also for pregnant women. And you might ask, why the pregnant women? Well, because when women get immunizations that boost their immunity, which crosses the placenta to the fetus and helps them to be protected, turns out that RSV, if you give that to women, it certainly protects them, but also protects newborns in the vulnerable period in the first few months of life. We are already doing that with pertussis and doing that for pregnant women as well. The same idea. We're trying to boost mom's immunity, which crosses over the baby, because both pertussis and RSV can be fatal in very young children. So, but for adults, it's going to be kind of the trifecta this year. It's going to be flu, COVID, RSV. And the big question I'm fielding, at least in my office, when I talk to patients, is like, do I need all three? Do I need any of them? And, the clear answer to that question is, if you're a high-risk individual of death or severe illness related to these viral infections, read over 60, obese, diabetic, immunocompromised in some way, or with chronic heart or lung problems, say emphysema, asthma, heart failure, things like that, you're at significantly increased of death from getting those infections. And so we definitely recommend it for them. So that trifecta, to make sure that we're doing that. The risks of the vaccines are small; they're not zero, but the risk benefit is thought to be lean heavily for the benefit for those. For those who aren't in those categories, I mean, if you don't want to get sick, they're pretty good at helping prevent illness. But also, we need to think not about ourselves only, but chains of contagion, and we each can be a vector to infect those around us, even unwittingly, even if we're trying to. So if you have vulnerable people in your environment that meet our vulnerable kind of groups, then we'd say, just to make sure that you're not a vector to infect vulnerable people around you, we'd recommend you get the vaccines as well.
Well, having lost 4 pounds, I'm off part of that list.
Okay, good. Yes, and we like that. We like taking people off of that list.
Well,
right?
It does beg the question. You kind of addressed it, but I want you to be a little bit more specific in the couple of minutes that we have. The word pincushion comes to mind, and also the ill-advised word probably overkill. Can you get too many shots? Can you get too many medications?
So the short answer is no, and the way to think about that is this. Let's just talk about colds, like viral upper respiratory tract infections. There are well over 100 viruses that can give you a runny nose, sore throat, and a cough. Also, if you think about the number of bacteria out there that can cause human illness, it's vast. I mean, we go to, and they make infectious disease specialists just because there are so many of these bacteria, viruses, and everything out there that can cause human infection. So people should feel vulnerable. So they should feel vulnerable to getting infections. We have vaccines against precious few of these infections. So if you compare the number of bacteria, viruses that we have immunizations against all the ones known that can cause infection, I mean, it would feel like a drop in the bucket. So normally people develop immunity through having an immune system and or maybe being exposed to one of those bacteria, viruses, and the body's immune system develops those. So, having a good immune system is the most important thing, right? I always tell people, look, immunizations don't actually fight infections. By the way, antibiotics don't fight infections. Immune systems fight infections, and the immunizations and the vaccines help an immune system, but without an immune system, it's worthless to take antibiotics, or worthless because you're going to die. It's just that you can't exist without an immune system. We're helping your immune system along in a very huge task of trying to protect us against all the things out there that can infect us. So, pincushion, is, I would think more of the mountain of bacteria and viruses that might cause an infection, and you're kind of like putting up a picket fence, right? And trying to keep that at bay. So that would be maybe a better analogy.
Good advice, Dr. John Clark. Not as good advice, perhaps, as the more you eat, the more weight you'll gain.
I have a
which she's famous for. You got a quick question?
Oh,
Rachel?
I've heard that one.
Have you heard that?
Yeah. It makes sense.
He's been paying for that.
No, I like that one. Well, I did have a question. I have seen, what do you think?
Sure.
I've seen people bring back out the masks when they go into the stores and that kind of thing. Is that still effective, or have we changed our minds on that? Where are we at with that?
So we're in a bit of a COVID surge. COVID seems to have the predilection to cause a summer surge and then come off. That's usually smaller than the winter surge that happens. So and this summer surge is bigger than last summer. So if it follows the pattern, this coming COVID season and during cold and flu season, read late December, January, February, is going to be worse than last year too, if we believe that, if it's following a pattern. Then, so it's COVID is passed by respiratory droplets, so masking mainly protects other people from you, remember. It does do an okay job at protecting you from other people. So certainly if you're feeling at all ill or something, you should be wearing a mask to protect those around you. If you want to help prevent getting infected by others, if you're going to go into an enclosed area where there's a concentration of people where you might be difficult to physically distance, you're going to be there for a while, read a bar, after hours, what during, happy hour where just everybody's there. Yeah, I mean, you're breathing in respiratory droplets from tens, of maybe hundreds of people, and our chance of having COVID is going to be pretty significant in that group in our current circumstance. So I would definitely, I'd probably avoid those and go to the outside. If you're outside and on a patio or something like that, that's safe. But avoid the whole inside thing. But if you have to go into places like that, then please wear a mask if you don't want to get infected, because that's a thing. Remember, influenza is somewhat respiratory, so you can get at the respiratory droplets much more effectively through contact. So influenza is one of these things where somebody wipes their nose, they pick up the salt shaker, and then you come along, later you pick up the salt shaker,
and you wipe your nose with the salt
you wipe
shaker.
your nose,
That's
and
so
off we go, right?
gross.
So
You had me at respiratory droplets. I'm going to stay in my house.
Well,
respiratory droplets of strangers just gross me out.
I think Rachel Neff said if you go to the mosh pit tonight, wear your mask, you're fine.
Stay on my couch.
Sir Clark is saying at the particular time,
in addition,
mosh pits are not a healthy thing to do.
In addition to the less you eat, the more weight you lose.
Well, I'm down with that. Whatever.
Okay, John, we got to run. Good talking to John Clark from Prime Care. See you later.
Bye, Dr. John. No, it's very true. Bye, Dr. John.
With us in the studio, our friend Elisa Kincaid, who's the development director of the Veterans Transition Center of California. You're no pro here. This is not your first rodeo.
I love coming here.
We love having
you.
It's fun.
Good. You're one of the few.
Oh my gosh.
It's rare that we get that reaction.
Block calls,
Yeah, they don't call.
No, I'm glad I'm here. Thanks for having me.
That's right.
We just stop. When they don't call, we just don't talk about it ever again.
Right.
We promote up until the point that they don't call, and then we just go, we'll play a song.
Hey, speaking of strange things, he said
Stranger things.
Flow of consciousness.
Netflix drop.
I was at Costco. I love going to Costco.
Of course.
I go for Big Butt Saturdays so I can take pictures.
He does. Take
So
pictures.
now, I don't know if you've been to Costco lately, now they have a scanning device. They don't just check your card. You have to hold the card up to the scanner.
Okay.
So a buddy of mine...
Oh, I saw that.
Yes.
We have that too.
Yep. Well, I was saying to my friend who's the manager over at the Selena store, and I said, listen, I went through your scanner coming in. I used to be recognized. And then I go to the robotic things where you just check yourself out.
Yes.
And I'm thinking maybe you should just install something out here to scan as you're leaving so I don't have to come into contact with another human being while I'm at Costco.
I think that's a good call.
He says it's probably not far from that, so we may do that. I only go there to see if they have Frogwa samples. Frogwa. They're Cervici's killer.
Cervici.
It might just kill you.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, though, but if they were thinking that they were going to save on staff, well, now there's an extra staff person helping people scan their cards.
And do you do it when you guys do you do it every time I go, maybe you could help me? I've really never done this before. And they go, you were here yesterday. Oh, no.
Like, we've seen you. Yeah.
That's right. Well, pick up the damn dog food. I'm not lifting it onto the bar. How about the waters? Come on. I don't even like lifting the carrots.
Oh, my goodness. Costco diva.
Anyway, that having been said, What is happening for folks that don't know anything about it, and shame on them because they should know a lot about it, and we're trying to spread the word even more than what has been in the public for so many years. The Veterans Transition Center of California, background on that. When was it formed?
1996.
Okay.
And there was a retired military officer who started to see a lot of homeless people around, actually Seaside and Fort Ord area. And he was actually from that area, was at the military base there. And that's how it started, is he started helping these people and realizing how many of these people were actually veterans and not able to either get the resources that they need from the VA or needed additional resources that the VA didn't offer. So now we house over 110 veterans at a time, and they stay up to 2 years. Yeah.
Now, the veterans, the homeless veterans are certainly a result of a whole lot of things. But is there a climate thing? Is that why there are more, obviously, more of a problem here than probably in Boise?
That's hard to say. I think that could be part of the problem. Yeah. Also, there are different laws in different areas, sleep and lie laws, where can someone sleep on the street or not? And so people are drawn to the areas that allow that, or at least allow them to, if they choose, sleep under a bridge or on the beach or whatever. But what's amazing about our program is that, we will help anybody that's been in the military for even a day. So when it comes to the VA, you have to qualify for their benefits. And so what we do is if they need substance abuse counseling, if they need anger management, whatever, we will provide that for them. They get a case manager that designs a program specifically for them and their needs, and then walks them through it until graduation. And each individual's on a different time frame depending on their needs. So it's amazing. It's really
now, you are not part of the federal government.
Correct. But we do get grants from the federal government. They call it heads in beds. So we build the home, we put the furniture in it, and if we have a veteran that needs a place to sleep, the government gives us per diem for that.
Okay. Starting in 96, was this just a good soul or somebody? Well, obviously he was. But someone that thought they could make a difference, and what a marvelous lesson that is.
Right. And he started by taking food to them first. And then he gathered some of his friends together and created this organization to provide even more, places for them to sleep, a food pantry, clothing, things like that. And it just sort of grew from there. It's pretty remarkable.
Amazing. No, it's amazing. How did you get involved? What was your...
I did fundraising.
She was sleeping on the beach.
Were you sleeping on the beach? It's a good place to be.
I know it does sound okay.
It's not a bad
cool.
deal.
It's like kind of ethereal,
I did fundraising for the Carmel Bach Festival, and this opportunity came to me.
It's a bit of a different culture.
It is, and I miss the Bach Festival. I love the Bach Festival. I still have many friends there that are on the board, and
so there's a chance you'll be Bach. Okay, it was
wrong. That was good. No, that was good.
Welcome, Bach.
I was actually really surprised. That was good. No, I mean, I haven't. No, not that way. I was just surprised because.
Is that your left hand with a compliment?
No, it's not how I meant it. I was just surprised because I did not ever think that would be put together. Like, I would never have thought of that myself. That's amazing.
Well,
I'm not helping myself right now, but you know what I mean.
I feel like George.
I need a bigger shovel.
Praise for Caesar.
No, it was good. It was really good. Not surprised.
So how did you get involved? You were with the Bach Festival.
Yeah, I was with the Bach Festival, and this opportunity came my way, and it was an amazing opportunity for me, not only personal growth for me.
Because your family has a lot of veterans.
My brother was in the Marine Corps, so he is a Marine, right? They never leave.
You never stop being a Marine.
Right.
But one thing I wanted to mention, if there's time,
there's time.
There's a segment of our operation at the Veterans Transition Center that's not talked about a lot. And it's called the Transformative Reentry Program. It's also known as LTOR. So we're going to call it LTOR. And what VTC does is VTC provides rehabilitation, reintegration training for our incarcerated veterans. And VTC pioneered the nation's first dedicated prison yard for veterans at California Training Facility, CTF Soledad. And that now we're extending our services to the Corcoran Prison, Folsom Prison, Salinas Valley Prison, and Chowchilla's Women's Prison. So what we're doing is we're segregating those women or those prisoners at any of these prisons that are veterans, and they get a case manager that meets with them once a week.
That's
and
terrific.
Starts them already on domestic violence prevention, Narcotics Anonymous, narration therapy, Wiley's Wish, dog therapy dog training. So once they get out, they are picked up by us. We take them to the beach. We take them to a really good breakfast, and then they get a place to live. And they sign a contract with us saying, yes, I want to stay in this program. And they go through all the classes that they need to go to get them ready to be on the outside and to be a successful member of the community. So it's pretty exciting.
Certainly, there's few things more sensible than the fact that problems don't need to be locked up; they need to be solved.
Exactly.
And so that's such a big issue.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You know, speaking of, we'll kind of slide off subject here, but speaking of dog training,
Oh, yeah.
our buddy Marlo from Unchained, they've got the Dog Day Afternoon coming up.
Totally cool. And that's with parolees? Is that?
Well, they do that too,
Yeah.
but they've got their concert coming up at Rancho Cielo on October 5th.
So cool.
And you know who's headlining it.
I don't know.
Wild at Heart. And you've seen her.
Oh, man.
I'm so excited.
Wild at
my
Heart. Lisa is the
God.
lead singer for the
Yes.
group.
That's so exciting.
So
wow.
we're excited to be a part of that. Always excited.
And of course, for the event we did at Rancho Cielo on the 4th of July for the veterans, you were one of the headliners.
That was a
and,
wonderful
You
event.
wowed them.
We try. We
Yeah.
try.
So exciting.
We're excited about that.
Yep.
And we're going to get. We're doing a show next week. Then we're off a couple of weeks.
Okay.
But we'll rerun one of the shows with Marlo and talk about.
Oh, good.
Talk about that.
Okay, good.
talk
I think
about
I already
that
put.
event.
Yeah, I already put that in there.
Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, you leave the Bach Festival. You come here. Fundraising, haven't been part of that world most of
Right.
my life. Was it easier, tougher probably mentally for yourself to see what you're seeing and realize how much needs to be done? Because one is going, we got to get Bach out and Carmel, and you're dealing with
Sure.
a different type, people for entertainment. But this is for survival.
Right.
And that's got to be a huge change.
It's definitely a huge change, but you know what I think has been the coolest part about it is seeing the hope that we provide. And I mean, I see veterans every day walk through our doors. Some of them have just knocked on the door and said, I need help. Some are coming in to meet with their case managers, and just seeing the hope that's out there for them and seeing their excitement about really wanting to straighten out their lives
Yeah.
and apply it so that they can be successful. It's pretty amazing.
Well, they might just as easily say, I need hope, which is what you provide.
Exactly.
And that is wonderful.
Absolutely.
Listen to Raising the Standards, the Internet's finest hour,
Anywhere.
where with Lisa Kincaid, Brando, Rachel, and myself, and Lisa, of course, with the Monterey, I've got it backwards, with the Veterans Transition Center of California that's near Monterey.
Yeah. California is near Monterey.
I think we got a little Oscar Peterson and Count Basie there.
Yeah.
Why don't we play a little of that? We'll get
Okay.
back to chatting.
Okay.
This is Santa Cruz Voice.
You got it. I know it. It's right in here, too.
That's nice. A little Oscar Peterson and Count Basie together. Listening to Raising the Standards. Did you, not to talk politics, did you watch some of the convention?
I didn't, honestly. I've had my head in a book.
There were two great lines,
Yeah.
apart from Obama's visual joke about length. But there was a very funny line by Bill Clinton. It's talking about Kamala used to work at McDonald's, and he says that she would greet everybody with a 1,000-watt smile on. And he says, I'm particularly pleased about that because if she's elected, she'll break my record for presidents being in McDonald's. That's what I thought was wonderful.
I like that.
And Leon Panetta was there. So it's nice to see him.
Very
and speaking
cool.
of Panettas, Jimmy was nice enough to come out. Congressman Jimmy Panetta was nice enough to come out for the 4th of July event for the veterans. And he's going to be on the show, I think, next month. So we'll chat with him.
Yeah, he really did an amazing job. We were really
he's
happy
a
to
great
have
guy.
him.
There's an obvious answer when people say, what can I do? And obviously you can donate money. But there's more than that you can do as an individual to help you folks. Can people just go online and volunteer with you?
They can. We don't have a lot of areas of opportunity to volunteer, but we do have our food pantry. We do have specific things that are done for the veterans a couple of times a year that we need extra help. And of course, we have special events that we're always in need of help. So.
I mean, can people donate dry goods as opposed to?
They can.
Okay, as
Absolutely.
opposed if they don't have, some
Sure.
people maybe can't write a check, but may have a whole bunch of sugar in the garage. I don't know.
Sure, exactly.
Is that what that is?
Oh.
No wonder what. I can't. Well, anyway. So you were going to bring up something you said.
Oh yeah, Veterans Day is coming up in November, and
Big
we are
day,
having an event on Sunday before Veterans Day. It's called A Salute to Veterans Jamboree, and we're going to have food booths and our artisans selling their stuff, and we're going to have bounce houses and live music and all that stuff. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have for the kids, we're going to have a touch-a-truck thing where they can see the fire truck and police cruiser, and we're going to have a mini car show. So it's going to be really, really awesome.
And this is when in November?
That's November 10th, Sunday, November 10th.
All right,
from 12
you
to 4.
call us on the 9th. We'll get you back on and we'll talk,
that'd be
we'll talk
great.
about
That'd
this.
be great.
That's obviously, people have it, and rightfully so, because those are the big media days in terms of Veterans, Memorial Day, 4th of July, but the need goes on.
Absolutely.
Constantly.
Absolutely. And, one of besides raising money for the Veterans Transition Center programs and what we do for veterans, besides that, I think one of my most important goals this year and into 2025 is really raising the awareness of who we are. I think there's so many people in the community that still aren't aware of the Veterans Transition Center, what we do for veterans, for homeless veterans. And so I'm really trying to get that word out. So what we're doing is in mid-September, we will be launching an online fundraising campaign. It's a minor thing, $10, $25, $40 if people want to do that. And it commences at our Salute to Veterans Jamboree on Sunday, November 10th, where we're going to have the Liberty Lounge. Do you like the name?
I like
Love the
that.
name.
The Liberty Lounge,
Love
of
the
course,
name.
is where the
Little
bar is,
alliteration
okay?
there, nice.
Yeah, it's going to be...
So it's liberty as in freedom, not taking liberties.
Right.
See, that would have been really
Not
cool.
the
The Taking Liberties Lounge,
Maybe
would
we
that
should
be a
change the
great
name.
couch?
Okay.
So anyway, the Liberty Lounge is going to be an area for a meet and greet. And
Oh,
listen,
well.
even if you don't make a donation during September and October, we still want you to come by, and it's a free event. Come by, meet our veterans. We're going to have our veterans on our website, on this particular page, talk with their stories about how they moved from crisis to self-sufficiency and how VTC helped them get there. So
We loved having Ed Spoon on.
Absolutely.
He was such a great guest last time here, or the time before last. How's he doing?
he's doing great.
Good.
And like he mentioned on the show last time he was here, is he went to Veterans Transition Center, moved into the housing there, kind of messed up, took off, went back to being homeless. And then he's like, someone actually found him on the street and said, you need to come back. We want to help you.
That's great.
And now he's giving back
Yeah.
to the homeless people of Santa Cruz and helping people and helping them find the foods and the benefits that they deserve. So
That's so great.
Is he going to do a podcast? We talked about that.
I
You're
can't-
talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
doing this podcast. Did you talk to Bill about maybe
No.
Or a
putting one together?
book. We were maybe a book or it was something. He's got
Podcast
something.
I
I
love.
want to do a
Yeah.
podcast. That would be so much fun. We're
I
hoping
like that too because then that way we'd get to hear a lot of him, and kind of iterate over time.
Yeah, I think that would be
Can you
awesome.
stick around a couple minutes?
Absolutely.
All right, you want to do a liner note?
Sure.
Today, a very personal edition. As you may have heard, the legendary band Los Lobos will be headlining this year's Jazz at the Ranch, October 18th through 20th on the campus of Rancho Cielo. This is my second year of producing this marvelous event. The weekend will also include blues icon Chris Kane, Sarah McKenzie, Nicholas Beard with Full Spectrum Jazz, and more. Attending will provide the rare opportunity to enjoy these world-class artists in what I believe is the West Coast's most intimate, comfortable venue. The Sally Hughes Church Amphitheater boasts terrific sound and spectacular views. In a larger sense, however, purchasing tickets gives you the further opportunity to support Rancho Cielo and their mental health and arts program. Simply put, it's an opportunity to make a difference. I've had the joy of producing jazz shows for 40 years, yet I've never been so proud as I am of this series and its cause. Please join me and my Rancho Cielo family for an October to remember. Trust me, giving never sounded so good. Today, a live recording of Los Lobos from their appearance on Austin City Limits. Enjoy.
Grupo Fantasma.
Los Lobos. They are okay.
They're really good.
We're pretty excited about
It's
that.
a pretty big deal.
Coming to Rancho Cielo the 18th to the 20th. Tickets, by the way, go on sale for the series Thursday morning at 10 o'clock at ranchocieloyc.org. ranchocieloyc.org. You're,
What's going on, you guys?
I don't know.
You playing footsies
Lisa's
with your
pointing.
chords?
Lisa's pointing.
Well,
at
you guys were
something.
kind of like
Did your
footsieing with your
headphones come out?
chords.
I can't hear you
You
anymore.
can't hear you.
Oh, well, he does not. See, we must fix that. He does not like when people can't hear him. That is not going to work. No way, Jose.
That's something. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no. So,
No? Oh, we can't hear you?
Yeah. All right, we're there.
All right. Well, can
Are
we
we-
hear you, Brandon?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
now?
sure.
Oh,
I hear you. I hear
Okay.
you. All right, Brandon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, it's all over the peninsula. People are going, oh, that's we
Those
got
guys.
that worked out.
Man,
Marge, it's not working on Raising
not
the Standards.
good. Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, just wrapping up our conversation with Lisa Kincaid. Literally, we almost wrapped it up. From the Veteran Transition Center of California. Okay, we've talked about you got this event coming up, which we'll talk more about, and we'll get that on Facebook
Okay.
about your event on the 10th,
Yes.
which is Saturday,
It's Sunday, November 10th.
Sunday, November 10th.
And then the lead up to that will be the sponsor our veterans page on our website where they can donate if they'd like, and then it commences at the November 10th Salute to Veterans Jamboree.
Okay, Wild at Heart is performing at Dog Day Afternoon. We don't know, some point during the day. Dog Day Afternoon, which is October 5th, the week before Jazz at the Ranch. 2 days before my golf tournament. You think I have a busy October? I'm exhausted
I'm
just thinking about
sure
this.
you are.
And Wild at Heart will be there. Where you got any other gigs coming up?
Yeah, we have one in the Bay Area. We have a private event, and then
Good. Give us the name so people can show up. We heard about it. What are you doing here? Oh, we heard about it.
We heard about it, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I have to say, though, shout out for Wild at Heart, because one of the funnest events that we did was a fundraiser for the Kiwanis Club in Carmel
Oh, I bet.
Valley, and it was at the Trail and Saddle Club. Beautiful outdoor venue, and it was so much fun. Everybody
bet.
was just really
Is
having a good
Kiwanis
time.
Club a big club in Carmel?
Well, it's actually the Kiwanis Club Foundation, so they do
Okay.
a lot of fundraising for the
cool.
community of Carmel Valley Village, so it's pretty cool. It was fun.
Now, you being in working with the Bach Society,
This isn't blood alcohol content, is it?
Oh, good question.
but
question.
you probably went to a lot of those polo games and the Ferraris and Lamborghinis, huh?
Oh.
A big deal? Come on, you went to some
Did
big
you?
events in Carmel, didn't you?
Oh, of course.
come on.
Yeah.
Of course.
Talk about it. Yeah, whatever.
My favorite one.
Tell me, yes.
No, my favorite one, actually, if we're talking cars, right?
Yeah.
My favorite one is when these four kids were driving their Ferraris and they were racing around Ocean Avenue and literally making donuts in between the little stop signs, and they all got arrested. It was pretty
Good
fun.
for them. I was in
That's too bad.
They used to have the Concourse Italiano or for a while was at Laguna Seca. And I'll never forget, there was one of these classic yuppie guys with a sweater tied around him and a $300,000 Ferrari stuck in a sand trap. And everybody's taking pics on their phone. I'll tell you a story. Years ago, when I was in the Bay Area, I'm talking the mid-'70s, my partner, my morning guy, and I used to do disco together. And we got a call to do something in Menlo Park because the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia was going to school at Menlo College, and he was having a little party. So we get there. There are 5 Lamborghinis in the parking lot. You have to understand, a Lamborghini has been defined by, if money means nothing to you whatsoever, it's the most perfect piece of machinery on the planet. So there's 5 of these, and the king shows up. So Faisal shows up and at the party. So they paid us something stupid in those days, like $300 or $400, and then we got to go into the kitchen and not be involved with anything else.
Oh my God!
And be fed, but it was just wonderful. Those were the days. Of course, those were the days we weren't hungry, but that's a long story. Anyway, what do you binging anything in particular?
No. What am I watching? I don't know. Nothing
'Cause you're
really.
in law school.
I'm
That's
reading a
all you
lot.
do.
I'm just reading. But I hear
Torts, the musical.
Torts the musical. I haven't seen Torts the musical yet. I'm in Torts the class on Tuesday nights. I'll tell you that.
Brandon's on his 58th rendition
They're
of
all-
the Dallas Cheerleaders.
I finished it, by
Did
the
you
way.
I don't doubt that.
And when they finish, how they finish the show is they show all the girls without makeup.
Okay.
Where the entire show, they're like stressing now, don't go outside if you're not wearing makeup, like you'll melt.
Do you know when you just said this, for the end of the show, they showed all the girls without their... Do you know how many people reach for the remote control
I know.
until you said makeup?
Oh, they're such cute girls.
I
Honestly,
know.
they're really,
Now,
really
wait,
good girls.
do they make a ton of dough?
No.
No. So it's like $100 a game? or
Yeah,
something?
exactly. Yeah, but it's like 20-hour days. Like, it's ridiculous.
20-hour day.
It's crazy. These are girls, I mean, because they make no money at doing the cheerleading. So they have to work like their normal, 9 to 5 or 8 to whatever.
absolutely. Yeah.
And then go to practice. They're there until 9 o'clock at night. They're just, it's crazy.
Yep, it's
One
true.
girl, she's like a caregiver for a woman, for a young woman, and she works 12-hour shifts and then it's just insane.
Were you cheerleading?
No. Was I a cheerleader?
Mount Madonna?
How about you, Lisa?
No.
Were you a cheerleader?
I was a cheerleader,
That's
yeah.
it.
Were you?
Actually, but my daughter Chloe, she was a cheerleader like big time. So
Really?
she was
Now,
at
did
Carmel.
she do the...
Well, she was
tour
close.
and stuff?
She did. She toured around. But what she did is she was recruited from Carmel High School.
Oh,
They had a coach
cool.
from Salinas that had a all-star team that came in and did some coaching, side coaching for
Mm-hmm.
Carmel High. And then she was recruited out of there. So then she started traveling with the team. Yeah.
So was she a gymnast first?
No.
And then because that's the thing. I mean these girls.
She started tumbling. That's what
Tumbling.
it was. Is she started tumbling at the gymnastics gym.
The athleticism just astounds me.
Yeah,
on
so
those girls.
and she was really close to doing trying to audition for the 49ers.
so cool.
The Gold Rush? That's always fun.
Well, now it's like club volleyball, though. I mean, you can. There are competitions throughout the country of cheerleaders and stuff.
Oh yeah,
There's squads. It's like,
yeah.
you know what? I didn't realize I dated a girl. No, I realized I dated her.
Oh, you do.
But I didn't realize I dated a woman who was in a drum and bugle corps, and boy, is that a big deal!
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then Vanguards in Santa Clara. I'm sure it still
I'm
is.
sure.
What was
Have
that
you?
wonderful movie with Drumbeat or
Oh, cool.
Drumline?
Yeah,
Drumline?
Yeah,
which was a
Drumline.
terrific film.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what's a good? If you don't listen to it, but it's Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce's show. It's a lot of sports talk for
Right.
me, to be honest with you.
Sports.
But sometimes, Jason, I think it's Jason Kelce. He's the one. He has kids and a family, and
Yeah,
his
he's
wife.
the one that's retired now.
Yeah, his wife is like this wild. I forget if it's water polo or lacrosse, but she's like a star athlete. And there's this video of her at like a pub, and she is Irish dancing. Something that she hasn't done since she was like 6 years old, like a pro with like all
Really?
these kids. She's just athletic. athletic like you wouldn't even believe. It's just wild. These people who play sports.
That's a comment either on her athleticism or on Irish dance.
I know
that you could pick it up so quickly.
It's the motor, the muscle memory. I mean, she remembered it from when she was like 6 or 7 years old. It's crazy. Yeah, people are wild.
Continuing the quickly change of subjects, but I was watching Hard Knocks, the show
with the
about
Giants?
the NFL. No, the one with the Bears.
Okay,
and
that's
they've got I think a defensive back who was married to Simone Biles. And he took some time off to go over the Olympics and
oh my
came
God,
home.
Simone Biles is so
She's
cool.
so cool. He says she's only worth $40 million.
She's amazing.
So cool.
Just a drop of the bucket.
You know, when I saw her with her husband on TikTok, they were like doing a little thing, and they are just very cute together.
Yeah.
He seems super supportive. Yeah. I mean, you'd have to have a supportive person around, but yeah.
More than just a pommel horse.
Good seeing
Yeah.
you, Lisa.
Thank you
got
so
one
much.
more thing? You got your
Well,
notes
no, I
there?
just wanted to let everyone know that if you would like to be on our email list, our mailing list, so that you know what's coming up and how you can help at the VTC,
How would you do that?
you would email info@vtcmonterey.org. And that's V for Veterans Transition Center. So
And all that is on the website.
all
right?
of it's on the website.
And the website
is vtcofcalifornia.org.
terrific.
Love it.
All right,
We'd love to have you.
Thank you. Delighted to
Thanks
have you
for
here.
having me.
Always happy to help promote such a marvelous cause. Next week, you'll like this, Brandon. Next week we'll talk to
Mark Purdy.
Mark Purdy, who's written a new book on the 49ers.
Oh my God, he always what does he tell me every year on my birthday on Facebook? Celebrate appropriately.
Yeah, he's a sweet man. Robert Massey, who is the director of Symphony San Jose, will be on. They're doing a gig at the winery with the symphony, and their guest artist is Arturo Sandoval. So that will be cool.
Huh.
We got one more minute before the 8th train.
I remember to tell you one more thing about Jason Kelsey. I'm kind of obsessed with this guy, I guess.
So beard.
There was he was at some event.
I'm
Maybe
obsessed
it was like
with crowd size.
It might have been. It was a sports event. Maybe it was when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he talks about
sports
some
event.
sports event
Yeah.
at the sports place. And he talks about walking. He was walking. They were dancing. He was like drunk, like blacked out drunk. But he's like dancing at the after party. And he talks about walking and finding the mask. What's the movie with Jack Black? The
Nacho Libre?
Nacho Libre. Yeah. He finds the Nacho Libre mask and he puts it on. And I guess Travis Kelce's like, "Did you wash it first?" He's like, "No, I just put it on my face." And he's like, "I put it on my face, and then I became Nacho Libre." Yeah. And then he danced for like hours as Nacho Libre with a bunch of strangers. Just like he's just a really funny guy, like a big teddy bear, you know?
Yeah.
I know, really cute.
Here's something that Travis Kelce will never say.
What?
I wouldn't marry her.
Oh my God, T Swift is such a gem. I know. What a gem.
Why don't you break up with her and date a regular
What
girl?
a gem. I know it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be complicated, but you know, really good girl.
The A train's on its way in. I am on my way out. As always, the show has been for Mark.
Trying to find it.
Are you doing that?
I have it.
For your lovely mom.
She's so lovely.
She is lovely. And we do miss her. And for you, until next Saturday at noon right here in Santa Cruz's Voice, and anytime on Spotify, we once again raise the standards. I'm Jacoby. I'll see you soon.
should take a train. You get to where you're going in a hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Now it's coming. Can't you hear the rails are humming? If you should to miss. The